Yesterday was Easter. My church had an awesome service, and the rest of the day was a great time spent with family. The sermon at church was about sharing the love story that is Easter with people we meet. This love story is the love story of God for us. And that reminded me of a passage I read by Betty Lee Hollibaugh. It said, "Jesus has been raised from the dead. Words almost too good to be true. And yet, these words given to the disciples over 2,000 years ago offer us the same hope today as they did to Jesus' followers back then." A number of years ago, there was a bumper sticker on cars that read, "My God is alive. Sorry about yours." This message proclaimed that indeed Jesus is alive and that God still reigns. The sad thing is that today, many people do not know that Jesus Christ died on a cross so that their sins could be forgiven and that they could have an intimate, personal relationship with Him that ensures them a place in heaven for all eternity. To those who have not been told this good news, God may as well be dead. Share the message so that the hopeless can find hope. Now, Betty Lee is correct. If you are a Christian of any denomination, this is not something you should keep a secret. Not all of us are good at talking about our faith to strangers. This is going out of my comfort zone for me. And doing that may not be your calling. I am sure we all have plenty of friends and family that we can talk with. Let me give you two quick stories to help push you along on this idea. I had a pastor who was very good at teaching and living the Christian life. What surprised me is when he told me the story of how he had no clue what Christianity was all about until he was 17 years old. Up to that point, he did not even know that the birth of Christ was the main point of Christmas. All he knew was Santa Claus, presents, and that part of the holiday. Finding out about being a Christian and becoming one set him on a completely new course of life where he positively affected hundreds, if not thousands, of people. The other story centers on a skit I saw a Christian group do a few years back. In it, two girls had been killed in an automobile accident. They were in limbo, waiting to see where they would go. One girl had been a Christian since her youth and was about to be whisked off to heaven. The other girl asked what it meant to be a Christian. When her friend finished telling her, the girl cried out, "You knew this all of our lives and you're only telling me now? What about all those years that we hung out together and talked about school and boys and everything else? You couldn't bring it up then?" Being a Christian shouldn't be a secret. Okay, there will always be some who stick their fingers in their ears and hum loudly whenever they hear something about God. That does not mean we should stop. God does not want us ever to keep it quiet. And I believe most people ache for some connection that they do not have in their lives. Do not look at it like you're out there converting people. Look at it as something that is important to you in your life and you want to share it. God and the Holy Spirit do the converting, but you may just be the one to get a family member, a friend, or a perfect stranger thinking about it. God will take it from there.